In this lesson, we're going to look at something called capacity. Now, the volume of liquids is called capacity. Now, before we've just been talking about solids. Now, units of solids, when you're talking about volume, are centimetres cubed, millimetres cubed, meters cubed, and so on. But when you're talking about liquids, if you go to a supermarket or you go to your cupboards in your kitchens, you'll notice that you see millilitres or litres. So those are the units of capacity that we're going to deal with, millilitres and litres. And there is a conversion between centimetres cubed and these quantities, and that's what I'm going to show you first of all. So if we look at a centimetre cube again, and if we think about filling it up with water, then if you took a wee centimetre cubed, and it was hollow obviously, and you filled it up with water, then you would get exactly 1 millilitre. So that's a good conversion to know, because it's really easy to remember that 1 centimetre cubed is the same, exactly the same, as 1 millilitre. Which leads us on to talking about 1,000 centimetres cubed. 1,000 centimetres cubed is the same as 1,000 millilitres. Now, if you go to the supermarket and you look at a big bottle of juice or cola or lemonade, then we don't see thousands of millilitres. What we see is litres, and in fact, there's 1,000 millilitres in 1 litre. These are good conversions to be able to do. Now, the first kind of exercise we're going to look at in terms of this kind of stuff is converting units between litres and millilitres and back. Now, in order to do that, we need to be sure we can remember to times by 1,000 and divide by 1,000 and so on. So I'm just going to show you quickly that idea. So if I've got 2.4 and I'm wanting to multiply by 1,000, then what's really happening is the numbers are moving up the units, tens, hundreds, thousands column 3 times. You're times them by 10 3 times basically, and every time you times by 10, you move the numbers up 1 place, because there's 10 units in a 10, there's 10 tens in 100, and there's 10 hundreds in 1,000, and so on. So if you're doing 2.4 times 1,000, then the 2 moves up 1, 2, 3 places, the 4 moves up 1, 2, 3 places, and then we need placeholder zeros in here to make the number the correct size. So you put a 0 in here and a 0 in here. Now, what a lot of people do is they don't do that. They just move the decimal point to get the 2,400. They jump it once, get 24, jump it again, 240, and then 2,400, which is absolutely fine. But the reality is the numbers are moving, but the decimal point trick is okay to use. The same idea when you're dividing, except you're going in the opposite direction because you're trying to make the number smaller. So we're going to try and divide by 1,000 here. So the numbers are still going to move 3 places, because you're dividing by 10 3 times. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and we need some placeholder zeros here, which we'll put in. You need a 0 there, and you need a 0 there. So the answer to that was 0.014. If I rewind that a second, it started at 14. And again, what a lot of people do is they move the decimal point the opposite way to make the number smaller. So 1, 2, and then 3. And it needs a 0 either side here, so 0.014. Okay, let's put that into practice in converting units. We're firstly going to convert from litres to millilitres, and then from millilitres back to litres. So we know there's 1,000 millilitres in a litre. So let's look at these first examples that are quite easy. So 3 litres, just we're times them by 1,000, so 3,000 millilitres. Again, 7 litres, you're times them by 1,000, 7,000 millilitres. And then 9,000, and then 12 litres, 12,000 millilitres. Okay, on to the next line. So we've got 2.4 litres. So you can think of this as 2,000 for the 2, and then 400. That's okay to do that. So it'll be 2,400. Or you can jump the decimal point. So we jump it once, you get 24. Jump it again, 240. Jump it again, 2,400. Okay, on to the next one. I would jump the decimal point here. So 1, 2, we're at 325. Again, 3250 millilitres. Okay, next one, jump the decimal point once, you're at 7. Jump it again, you're at 70. And then jump it again, you're at 700. So 700 millilitres. Last one on this line, jump the decimal point once, you're at 102.3, jump it again, 1023, and then jump it again, 10,230. Okay, the last line here, we're going to look at some fractions. So we've got half a litre, that's half of 1,000, that would be 500 millilitres. Here we've got a fifth of 1,000, so 1,000 divided by 5, that would be 200 millilitres. And then we've got a combination of 2,000 and then a quarter of a litre. Now a quarter of 1,000, 250, so that's 2,250. Then we've got 5,000 here, and then 3/4, so that would be 750, so 5,750 millilitres. Okay, if we're converting back, now we're going from 2,000 millilitres, divide by 1,000 to get it back into litres, so that's just 2. Divide by 1,000, that will be 6. Divide by 1,000, that will be 13. And divide by 1,000 here, you'll get 22 litres. With these ones, you can think of the decimal point at the end of the number. 3,500.0 is the same as 3,500. So the decimal point would move back 3 places. So once, twice, and it would end up between the 3 and the 5. So 3.5 litres. You don't need to put the zeros at the end, 3.500. Again, decimal point at the end, back 3 places. 1, 2, 3. So that'd be 4.35. You could have 4.350, but again, the 0 is not required because it's at the end of a decimal and it doesn't do anything to the decimal. Okay, decimal point at the end, back 3 places. 1, 2, 3. So it'd be 0.15. Again, you could have 0.150, but we just tend to put 0.15. And lastly, in this line, 1, 2, 3. So that'd be 1.4 litres. Okay, last line. So same again, divide by 1,000, decimal point back 3 places. 1, 2, 3, 2.715. 1, 2, 3, so it'd end up between the 2 and the 5, so 12.56. 100 divided by 1,000, decimal point at the end, go back 3 places. 1, 2, 3, that would be 0.1. Or 0.100 if you like, but we'll just call it 0.1 litres. And lastly, decimal point at the end, back 3 places, 1, 2, so you're at 0.15, but back again, and it'd be 0.015 litres.